this is basically breakdowns of all my top music videos throughout my career. So I'm gonna go all the way back to like 2015, 14 even, when I was just starting to get a name for myself, all the way up until now. And I'm gonna literally be going through different videos that I've done to help kind of just further my career, I guess. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and let's get right into it. So as you can see by the title, today we're starting with NSG Options. And if you don't already know this song, then I don't know where you were for the majority of 2018-19. This song was absolutely going crazy, and the visual was obviously done by myself. Me and NSG have been working together for years now. We've done, I don't even know how many videos together, but this song here and this video here is kind of what elevated us both to that kind of next plateau. We had obviously done Yo Darlin before that, and then that had gone off and done crazy numbers, but I feel like Options was definitely the song and video that changed my career, and I could probably say it changed theirs as well. So before I get into it properly in regards to the whole watching of the video and breaking it down, this video here, there was a lot of firsts in it. And what I mean by that is, this was kind of the first time that I'd done these kind of transitions and having people fly in and out. I knew how to do it, and I think I'd done it maybe like once before on a MOSTAK video, like one entrance scene. But this was definitely one of the first times that I'd gone overboard and made it such a thing in the way that I transitioned between scenes. And also I believe this was the first we shot in Dobova, which is obviously the legendary NSG block is what they call it now. So there was a few other things that I did differently on this video for the first time as well, but I'll probably get into it as I play through the video. But yeah, let's get right into it. Off the bat, again, that was another first. Me playing with the footage to suit the beat. So J5 obviously produced this, and from this point on, I think they had done it a few times since, where there's a din 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 din, and then the song starts. So with this, and later on down the line, I thought to myself, that has to be a thing. I have to make the visual dance to the beat.
My drip is Italian. Love is for the, the shit that man do for D. Yeah, sure.
I think I've done it pretty much on every song that they've released that has that entrance. This roof scene, it's obviously got Majid performing the intro, and the original plan was to have him, or not a plan, because none of this video was planned, to be fair. There was no treatment, there was no planning of it, there was no Ricky, there was no discussion as to what we was going to do. But when I arrived on the day, I did say, for this scene, once you got on the roof, hold this laptop and pretend you're making money online, because that's what the intro bar was saying. And at the time, you weren't feeling the idea, and that was cool. I'm a director where I don't really mind giving an idea and kind of going back on it, because I'm not always right, but I do like to throw my ideas out there, being that I'm directing the video, and especially as it wasn't planned, it was just a suggestion. But yeah, I did say hold the laptop and pretend you're making money online, but he weren't on it. And to be fair, I feel like it worked better without it, because he was able to move and vibe. So another quick pause. So one thing in this video that made the video and became a thing, I feel like, in the whole of the UK music video industry, was those transitions. So I'll go back to show you exactly what I mean, is these bits. So where you're seeing different elements of the frame fly in piece by piece. So obviously I've gone in and cut out OGD, cut out the background, cut out the sky, and animated them to come in piece by piece. Before this, I hadn't really seen many people doing this. I'd definitely probably seen it somewhere to even have the idea, or maybe I dreamt it, I don't know, but it wasn't a thing that was regularly done. And since this video, I've seen it a bunch of times. I've seen it everywhere, and it definitely became my signature style, these transitions and making the video flow in a way that it doesn't kind of get boring with just standard chops. This definitely brings the video to life.
You always complete like she nods me often, but often I'll be OT tiring. I don't.
So another thing that I focused on in the edit was these clips that are stacked on top of each other whilst they're performing at the show. In the edit, I knew I wanted to bring this to life, hence the transitions and hence the bouncing to the beat and things jumping in and out. But with the show footage, because there was so much of it that was captured, this was their headline show, and I think it was like an hour worth of footage. And obviously we're only working with like a 3-minute song, and I wanted to try and fit as much of this show in the video as possible. So my way around that was chopping up key moments and placing it on top of each other. So one thing with this video, I don't feel we had enough footage, and bearing in mind we had already shot like 2 days worth of clips. So the first day we had planned to get the whole video done, and that was me turning up at the show and filming their performances, and we had planned to have Tion there, and I think Tion ended up coming late, and we did get him in the end, but it wasn't quite what we wanted. So yeah, we had planned to get it all done in one day. It didn't happen. We went on to the second day, and the second day was the Bova and more of Tion scenes, which I'll get into later on. But going back to the edit now is where I kind of thought to myself, I need to make this interesting, because I personally feel we don't have enough footage. I tend to like to get at least every single member in NSG's solo performance done, and then get a group performance. And I think we've got like 2 solo performances and like 3 group performances or 4 group performances, which just wasn't enough in my opinion, because I like my videos to progress. I don't like to have you watch the beginning and watch through to the end feeling like you've watched 3 minutes of the same thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like my videos to progress, and I just feel like, yeah, we didn't have enough footage for me to do that, hence why I went so hard on editing.
Am I line ringing from good? That line singing not day. When I make a meal 95.
Even though I did my thing in the visuals and the editing, it was these dances that made this video. Like, the guys are so easy to direct. Like, I don't really direct them at all, to be fair. We just pick a spot, or back then we just picked the spot, and they came and did their thing. And it was all shot by myself. I didn't have a crew. I didn't have any ADs telling them to do this, do that. I just literally turned my camera on and they came to life, as they always do. And for the technicalities side of things, this was all shot on a Panasonic GH5 at the time with a Ronin and a few handheld stuff. So it was very just run and gun, capture as much as I can at the shows, at the Bova, and later on with Tion scenes.
Stylish. LV drop, man, I rock it with sliders. Shopping abroad, first day I'm off license.
So with Tion scene, quick backstory, he was meant to turn up to the Bova on day 2, and at the time I think he was fresh home. He hadn't done any of his own releases yet, and he was shooting his own music video. On the phone constantly to him throughout the day, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. And it's getting late now and we're losing light. A lot of it was planned, or all of it was planned to be done in the daytime, because I didn't bring lights and it was just me by myself. I didn't have a lighting team, and it was just something that was meant to be done all in the daytime. So he calls as it's getting later and says, look, you're probably gonna have to come and link me at my video shoot because I'm not done yet. And I should be done soon, but yeah, we would have lost the light, and he was all the way in like southwest, super far. It took us like an hour and a half to get there. So yeah, we do go there, and just as we're pulling up, they've wrapped and they're packing down all the equipment, and we've literally got one light that's illuminating this mansion or the exterior of the mansion, and they're using that light obviously just to pack up and get out of there. And luckily I knew the spark that was on the job, and I just said to him, look, I know you're packing up and I know you want to get out of here, but please let me just use this light for like 10 minutes, just turn it towards this way so we're not capturing you guys in the background, and let me get Tion's bits. So thankfully he allowed me. Shout out to him, forgot his name now, but big shout to him. And he allowed us to use the light and get these shots. So with that, we went on to capture Tion shots, piggybacking off his video shoot and using the previous crew's lights.
She don't do strangers. Fuck her about status.
Another thing with Tion scene is these bus scenes. So again, I think he was meant to come on stage when we was doing day one of the shoot, and I don't know if he was late or he just weren't able to get on stage. I don't know what happened, but we couldn't get it. So we went to the back of the venue and we had NSG's bus, and we were just like, cool, let's do our thing. And again, I planned to shoot all of it indoors. And this is the thing when you're shooting, be prepared for anything, because I didn't bring lights for this either. And I planned to shoot all indoors, and inside obviously the stage has its own lighting setup. It's all fully lit. You don't have to use any lights. But being that this wasn't planned, we had to run outside and do this. And what I did was just literally hold my iPhone up to the side so it's not directly on his face, and filming with phone lights. And I think I asked a couple people behind me just to illuminate his face as well with their phone lights, and that's how that was lit and shot. Probably like 4 iPhone lights and me throwing my GH5 around.
Often I'll be OT tiring. Don't worry, I'll be out in the morning. Use the move like there's nothing to lose.
How I captured this is that at the time options hadn't been out. The crowd didn't know options, and NSG performed it just for the sake of me getting performance syncs for the take. But all these heavy energy shots were from other songs, so that was a trick behind that. I'd use songs that the audience did know and that they could bounce to, and merged it into the options video. Yeah, dancing definitely what made this video pop. Whenever you watch it, you just want to vibe to it, and it definitely helped the video, 100%. Yeah, definitely a game-changing video for me, and one for the books. But as always guys, I appreciate you watching this video, taking your time out. If there are any other breakdowns you'd like to see, I know I've got a few planned and a few already shot that are coming out soon, but if there are any videos that you'd want to see me break down, leave a comment below. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. It definitely does help me want to produce more, and I do always try and produce these videos on a regular basis. It's just that, yeah, the music videos do kind of come first. So what I'm doing at the moment is trying to film as many as possible and release them when I can. So yeah, please subscribe, please like, and follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video.